It's weird how this happened. I was working in Guantanamo Bay for a bit. I worked on a Navy radio station to do like football and fantasy football and stuff like that. And then when football ended, we transitioned to sports. Touchdown Tommy was his name. And he was the main host. He was talking about LeBron and talking about how good he was in college. And I was like, Tommy, what the hell are you talking about?
That's good. What college did he go to?
He had a great college career.
Papa's popping and locking. Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Mag's Podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 24 of Papa Mag's Podcast. Mags, it's been 157 days since we've been told we can take our NFTs off of Thetadrop in a few weeks.
But I took an NFT off Thetadrop this week.
You know, this has actually been a pressing question from our tens and tens.
Right.
You know, will the count up continue? Everyone wants to know. The answer is the count up continues, because guess what, Mags? What? I know for a fact that Magnum is stuck on your wallet. Popper is stuck on my wallet. So we're making strides in the right direction. I too was able to get a Thetazilla collectible off of Thetadrop, but the count up continues until Popper is safe at home.
Does that deserve an asterisk like next to it? Because how you present it is, since we were told we were able to get our NFTs off Thetadrop.
But can you get your NFTs off of Thetadrop? Isn't NFTs like an inclusive kind of thing?
Oh, like it's NFTs plural? Is that what you're saying?
It's NFTs. There's an S at the end. What if somebody didn't have a Thetazilla? Yeah. But what if somebody didn't have a Thetazilla collectible?
But NFTs, you're saying S, not apostrophe S.
S, yeah. Not ownership, just multiple.
Okay. It sounds a little deceiving. But I'm not. But yes, okay, I get it. Let's keep it going. We gave that little caveat right there that there's stuff's being done, and I honestly think I'd rather have it tested on something like a Thetazilla from Thetadrop than my Magnum. So
Magnum wasn't going to be the first one to make the move, unless it's through the portal. But
yeah. All right.
So the count up continues. We're heading in the right direction. I do have a Thetazilla collectible on my wallet now, and I have it tracking and everything. It's set up perfect, worked fine. So we're heading in the right direction. But until I can get Popper into my possession, then I'm going to keep on counting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's been answered for the tens and tens that have been asking.
But we're a lot closer to a few days than a few weeks to get them off. However long a few days is. Probably
right. Well, if a few weeks is 150 days, a few days is probably still another couple weeks.
All right.
But so I don't know if you saw, there's been a few auctions lately here on Thetadrop. Wanted to bring some stuff up here.
It's a real Sotheby's,
Yeah, which is cool. Who doesn't like a good auction?
Who doesn't like a good auction? Thetadrop doesn't, but
well, so kind of rewinding the clock here a little bit. We had the a movable feast auction, and a lot of new names bidding on those auctions. But my issue was, I'm pretty sure we had a clock reset at some point in the middle here. Thing was listed for a certain amount of days, and it went much longer than the original amount. So I'm curious, what's your thoughts on that? Is that okay to do?
Well, it's not, and I think we kind of talked about this before, but Imaginary Friends Company, IFC, Friends of the Podcast.
Absolutely.
I don't like how Thetadrop rolled theirs out, and then when their short time hit, Dunzo, Burn City, we don't know how many cool stuff really got burned from that because they did that. But then Filipino Idol and a movable feast, they're gonna immovable the timeline to fit
Yeah.
the way they want it. So I don't understand that.
Yeah.
So we either like you said, you see stuff in black and white. There is no gray. We either
Yeah.
have rules or we don't have
Yeah.
rules. And right now, what we
Agreed.
have at Thetadrop is the Wild West.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to have rules, set them down, lets everyone be on the same page. This is how we play the game, and play the game that way. But so then we did talk a little bit last week about the HGH auction. That one went fine, other than the last 7 seconds disappearing on me, which isn't a huge deal. But now,
not the other thing from that drop was fine. That was fine.
What was that?
The guy with wound up with 25 of them. That
Well,
was
we
cool.
talked about that last.
Well, you're saying carte blanche that it went fine.
Well, I'm talking about auctions.
Okay.
So,
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So but then this week we had the auction for the frogs.
Frogs.
And I didn't participate in that one. I was taking a look a little bit, but was out of pocket when it ended. But I saw that there was a little hiccup with how this thing went down. I'm not sure if you have more of an inside scoop on that one.
I think I have the same as you. I saw Chef Pine, member of the SSS,
friend of the Pinecast, and
friend of the Pinecast. Yeah,
says he's going to join us at some point.
At some point,
no pressure.
But yeah, so he said something about, and he's in Germany. And I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Probably not. But he said it took him a minute and a half to get his funds onto Thetadrop, and his window only lasted a minute to complete the purchase. And then I guess what happened after that is other people who weren't in the first 10, they got more time to get funds on. That's kind of what I heard. But I am a little fuzzy about it, but I don't understand how that could happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I kind of looked at the smart contract last night after I saw this, and I didn't notice that these things were actually even sent out. So I'm not sure if this has been figured out as of yet. If there was some kind of a glitch, what caused the glitch, why this happened. But yeah, I mean, I think the top 10 bids deserve more than a minute to buy their thing. And if you look at the auction right now, it doesn't show a list of winners like it usually does after the auction is finalized.
Something happened, and I guess if they're going to have these issues, well, I mean, this brings up a couple things. So,
well, we're still in beta.
They're still in beta, but I mean, it's like they went home for the weekend. It's like, it's the weekend, Budnick. Don't talk to me. I don't even know you.
That's right.
So it's like out of sight, out of mind. I mean, crypto 24/7, Thetadrop only for on-ramping funds, but
9 to 5.
Yeah, they got bankers hours over there, and and so is the case that maybe then if they're not going to work on the weekends, which I mean I like my weekends, don't get me wrong, but I'm
Absolutely.
not in the merchant industry either, so there's that.
Yeah,
I am in beta.
That's fact.
But I would just say, hey, move them up earlier in the week and earlier in the time, so then when these hiccups happen, then you can actually address them. I don't know the time difference, but I'm sure there's a time difference from the East Coast of the United States to Germany, or where Seth is in Germany. And, it was probably pretty late for him to deal with that. You know what I mean? And then, and if you got funds, especially you got cash on there, let's say you only wanted to put cash on to buy that, you got notified that you're going to buy that.
Right.
Well, now you just lost 3% getting the cash on there, right? For the fees.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then if you want to get it back, then you're going to slap you with 25%. They got this $25 as I was. Yes, $25. But yeah, so just, you know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. That's customer service.
Yeah, no, I think there was some kind of glitch in this thing. It was unintentional. I'm sure there's quite a few people that are waiting for this thing to get figured out. And I'm sure that it'll get taken care of the right way. I do see that somebody on Twitter listed has a screenshot of the top 10, and clearly Chef Pine is number 4 on there. So completely deserving of his chance to.
You know what though?
this.
I think this is Chef's fault because he didn't own the American Idol stage.
That could be the case.
If he had the American Idol stage, this would have worked. No problem.
Yeah. It might also be because he loves mayo too much. But...
Let's move past that.
Yeah. All right. So we had quite a bit of movement here on Secret Pineapple Society Pines this week. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, there was. It seemed like you mean sales, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a healthy uptick.
Oh, yeah, like a renewed vigor for this thing. It's a big friend of the Pinecast, Chief O'Leary, coming in hot, and I don't think that there's anything that warms me more than to see Chief back on the pine buying spree.
Yeah, you saw the big purchase he had last night, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah, so I sold a custom for a loss, but a net, I guess, in Kfuel.
Yeah.
For my OG lieutenant. I didn't think he was going to buy it. I actually moved all my other pines off last night. I saw that he was buying because he bought a cool pizza one that I wanted. That I was looking at. But he bought a bunch of very nice ones yesterday.
Yeah, he's been on a tear for sure. And I don't know if you saw one of the rarest of the rare got moved a couple days ago.
Who?
Mr. Tiger Blindfold. Big sale. 10
Which one?
Kfuel.
What?
the one with the lightning theta shaker.
Oh, the good one.
Yeah.
The better one.
The best Tiger Blindfold sold for 10 Kfuel.
Was it Fatty something? Didn't he own
Fatty to IQ Shaw. Yep.
IQ Shaw.
Yep.
That's crazy. Why didn't Fatty contact me? I would have gave him at least 11 Kfuel. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the whole story is there, but that was the first time I've seen a Tiger Blindfold on the marketplace, I believe.
And he entered that pine into the Halloween costume contest.
Oh, did he? I did not notice that.
Oh, he did. This is even more crazy, I guess. Huh.
Surprising. Well, I don't know if he made the finals, but I don't think he's eligible anymore if he doesn't have it.
No, I don't think either happened. Well, we'll say that. Yeah. Did you see the contestants?
I did. Yes, I did. What were your thoughts on those?
I was really hoping to see SPS Brody's go forward.
Absolutely.
That one
Friend
looked
of the
gangbusters.
Absolutely.
It was really good, and you know what? I appreciate it
for no particular reason.
No particular reason.
Yeah.
But he said he spent hours on that thing, which I know because I'll spend hours and hours on a meme, and I'll get 2 likes, and it will just warm my heart.
And then you delete it.
Right? Did you vote yet?
Yes, I actually did. Yes.
I did as well. So this should all be announced by the time this comes out.
Yeah, I think the announcement comes on Monday and we drop Tuesday-ish. So
I don't want to put you on the spot, but how I voted was kind of how we talked about, where it wasn't an art contest. It was a Halloween costume. Now sometimes the lines are blurred a bit on that, right?
A little,
because
yes.
Charlie Lawless had an awesome one, but like if he was doing a pineapple Garbage Pail Kids competition, he would have won it hands down. But so to me, that seemed more artistic.
Yeah.
So I gave it a I didn't railroad it, but I didn't get my top 2 spots.
Listen, so everybody's got their own opinion.
That's mine.
You get to, and that's fine.
You get to justify it. Yeah.
I agree with you how the rules were stated. I personally just voted based on how much I liked each one because they made the finals. We had a team of outsiders make the hardest part of the decision, in my opinion, of narrowing this thing down to who makes the finals. So since these things made the cut to the finals, I just went through and most of them got pretty much the same vote from me. So
yeah, I gave
they
one a
were
1.
all worthy. They were all good.
There was one I gave a 1 out of 5, but
Oh wow.
yeah, I'll let you figure that one out. But I will say, so there was it seemed like there was a little heat on the boards, little people upset, and I definitely empathize with that. But what I will say is, this is more like a Halloween costume contest than a real Halloween costume contest, because I don't know if you've ever been around Halloween costume contests.
Yes.
So for me, usually it's like, oh, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. But it's very similar where judges pick who's moving forward. And guess what? None of the ones I liked make it forward. That's life. That's life.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of them that I thought, what are you going to do though? It's like we said, Brody should have ran away with it for no reason.
No reason.
But that's where we are. And, the people voting probably aren't fans of Pop and Mags.
Yeah. Yeah.
So check out SPS Brody's entry, which was pretty good. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't see a big deal. And Jupiter Blue at the end came in with a
spectacular,
sick looking pine.
I mean, as a former winner of a Halloween costume contest, no big deal.
Sick brag.
I actually think that this thing was done in an amazing way, and I don't think anybody has anything to complain about. We have a bunch of pines that are whining that nothing's being done. There's no activity, and now all of a sudden, look at this. We got something that fires up the collective of the community, gets the juices flowing, gets people involved and interested. And now because somebody's pine didn't get picked and they think it's better than somebody else's pine, they're going to start to throw eggs at it. And I'm not down with that. Anytime you have something being judged, there's going to be people that are happy and people that are upset, which is why I'm a big fan of a scoreboard, right? You go play a sport, you don't need the judge telling you if you won or lost. All you got to do is look at the scoreboard. So I appreciate what they did. I think it was a great job. I think that the judging was fair. They got outsiders, brought them in. This isn't a popularity contest. These guys don't know, everybody that's in there. So I think that, the people that are whining can just, grow up a little bit.
But the one thing I will say about the people that are upset is, if you're the Atlanta Braves and you're at home and you're playing the St. Louis Cardinals in the postseason in an elimination game,
and there's an infield fly,
and somebody hits a pop-up to the warning track, essentially, and it's called an infield fly, I'm going to be upset about it, and I'm going to let you know how upset I am about it. So,
botched infield fly.
The only one I've ever seen.
And you called it, too. You wanted it. You wanted odds on it.
I wanted odds on that. I want to hedge my bet as a Braves fan. So.
Oh, man.
Wow. Okay.
So, there was also a pine sweeper sighting this week.
Oh, I did see
Very
that.
Very exciting. Yeah. So, not sure. Not sure who the pine sweeper is, but they're still paying attention. And I guess they thought there was some deals out there to be had, so they came swooping in. So that's always nice to see.
Well, we'd like to see some more swept.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're coming up on a new season here, and there will be some sweeping going on. I'm not saying this from a spot of knowing anything more than anybody else, but you just see what's going on, and the foundation of this project is just getting firmer and firmer with these guys that are buying and holding and just really staying strong. So, once the time comes where, some news comes out or whatever it may be, it's not going to take much for these things to start flying off the shelves again. And it should be very exciting. So I'm looking forward to that day. It looks like one of our coins, are one of our favorites, is kind of coming into its own here.
Right.
Well, get out of here with Kyle Coin. Our play, man, our play. It used to be so easy to just get boatloads of this thing, and now you got to work for it, dude. That's bullish.
Yeah, I guess as somebody who got a nice stack, that's fine. It's just the rewards are down, which is
it's the natural progression. You know, we've been telling everybody since back in the day where it was 20 an hour, and they wanted you to run multiple streams, and all the testing was going on their end.
Yep.
You know, we were telling everybody, and now guess what? One stream, 5 an hour, and if you've already watched it again, you ain't even getting 5.
Yeah, I guess you could say that's rewarded TV, and they rewarded the people that were trying to support them from the beginning,
and they're continuing to reward. And it's obviously the idea is to get people in there that are watching organically, and get them paid for it. So the only way to do that is to make sure through the reward system that it's not being taken advantage of. And I think that they've figured that out. And now we're seeing that. And I think that's bullish for the price of the coin when that comes to market.
Yeah, agreed.
So last week we had some very interesting conversations, and because you took the call in a dumpster, we weren't able to keep them in the Pinecast. So I think we need to rehash a little blue cheese versus ranch. I know we had a poll out there.
We did have a poll. Yep. That we only had 8 hours on, and then it ended, and then we were taping. So this is actually
it was live news.
Right. This is over a week ago. But just so everyone knows, the results of the poll, which is legally binding because it was on Twitter, is ranch is trash. Just news alert. Ranch equals trash.
Wow.
Get it out of here. It's disgusting. Blue cheese is, I don't know why you'd bother with ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah. The number one ranch brand is Hidden Valley. Why do you think it's hidden? Keep it hidden. I don't want anything to do with it. It's disgusting. It is just gnarly. Ranch has the taste, like I'll buy something I'll buy some kind of condiment or something, and I don't see it says ranch. It will say like something cool that I want to taste, and then I bring it home and it's like, oh, this is good. And then the flavor changes at the end. So at first it's like, oh, this is really good. And then it's like, I'm eating a dumpster. It's ranch.
What about Cool Ranch Doritos?
So this is one that's raged with my siblings. I'm a fan of original recipe or the nacho cheese.
Yeah, nacho cheese, obviously.
Nacho cheese is far superior. I mean, so this is like, I think, your ketchup debate where I will
You'll allow
always it? Well, no, like this is your stance on ketchup. So I will have ranch Doritos. I will have it. It's okay. If it's only because the other Doritos are gone. And if I was at my parents'
all they
house
had.
And they had both, and then the nacho goes first, well, then I'm gonna go into the Cool Ranch. Yeah. But I'm not.
You're not happy about
going in it. It's not bad.
Okay.
Doritos. I haven't found a Dorito I wouldn't eat. Let's put it that way. But it's different. It's not my favorite, but I will eat it.
But wouldn't you rather the last Dorito that you ate be nacho cheese?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Leave that.
No doubt about it.
Let that taste linger. Yeah.
Cool, and sometimes Cool Ranch Doritos have its place. And this is a bonus to everyone because we didn't talk about Doritos last week.
That's right.
So shout out to our new sponsor.
You said Cool Ranch, yeah. So
yeah, but yeah, so cool it with the ranch. It's disgusting. It's only okay in Dorito form. I wouldn't have it. Blue cheese is superior. The results show that. And Chef Pine, friend of the Pinecast, previously mentioned in this episode, he agrees. So
yeah, so since last week, I actually had blue cheese
on the veggies?
with a dinner. No, not with the veggies, no.
Okay.
But yeah, blue cheese is delicious. It really is. But I've always not minded ranch on raw veggies. Just
the blue cheese that I have currently.
What you're dipping it in.
in my fridge, there is a logo on the back of a piece of celery dripping in blue cheese. So
I'm just
blue
not a
cheese
celery
is
fan,
100%.
dude.
Oh, I love celery. Have you ever had or heard of celery and diet celery?
No. Oh, no. No.
So
No.
I used to work at a delicatessens, which is short for deli, and they served, or you could purchase celery, and for those, which was a celery flavored soda, and if that was just too much, and you're like, I want diet, they also offered diet celery. So you're not drinking any celery or diet celery?
No. There's no reason for me to try that. No.
Okay.
There's no reason.
I guess more for me. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not going to try
enjoy
it.
it,
I'm not going to
please.
have it. But I think that's definitive now. Blue cheese for the win.
Yeah, I think blue cheese overall for the win. Yeah. I
Okay.
think that's safe. That's safe.
Ranch is trash.
No, ranch has a place.
In my
and for Thetazilla Club, ranch and ketchup combination somehow has a place, which is just nasty. Not sure how you do that.
That's Thetazilla Club, friend of the Pinecast.
Yeah.
He's like you. Terrible takes.
That's about the worst take I've ever heard. Oh man. Well, I mean, I don't know if you got anything else this week. What a week it's been.
It has. So I don't know if I surprised you last week with the website.
You did surprise me, very much so. Yes.
So
and you continue to.
So in case anyone hasn't realized, we're still on Podbean and other places, but I figured let's Pop and Mags get the traffic. So we created a website and popandmags.com, and you can just go there and you could listen to all our episodes, check out our Twitter feed, and you could also find a different podcast app that you would prefer to listen or download it on. You can just click and go to it. So that's popandmags.com.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost like we got verified this week.
Well, we did get verified this week. Are we rolling into it now?
Blue check mark verified? Yeah.
No, not blue check mark verified, but we were verified adjacent, I would say, this week.
Okay.
Just like our ecosystem status.
Yes. Exactly.
With another ecosystem member.
Yeah, absolutely. A big one, big times. Yeah, we got verified with the one and only Order of the Tigons, aka Verified Labs, and that interview is coming up next.
After these messages.
This week's episode is brought to you by Sizzle Popcorn. Visit them at sizzlepopcorn.com and grab some popcorn in your choice of flavor. Lightly salted, cheddar, maple syrup, salt and vinegar, Mexican chili, and even ketchup? Is that serious? The perfect snack for gamers, streamers, and everyone earning our play at rewarded.tv. Also take a look on Thetadrop.com to find their NFTs.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
So we got Matt and Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're cousins.
And Justin's the third cousin.
Justin's the third cousin. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, great to be on.
Awesome to have you guys on with some of the stuff that came down this week.
Yeah. So what are you guys going to talk about now at the beginning of your show?
Stay tuned. But honestly, the countdown's still going to happen. I mean, I can't get my Tigons off. I can't get Popper off. So I think we got to keep counting here.
Well, I knew they were going to come through.
Yeah.
So it was just a matter of time, So yeah, I mean, Theta always kind of delivers. But it'll be interesting, right?
Yeah.
Coming off, putting them in the wallet.
Yeah.
We're we're excited about it for sure.
I can only imagine. A lot of projects have been waiting on this magical moment. So
Yeah, and we're recording now, right? I can tell my story.
Mags, do you want to bring them in, or do you want to just go?
Let's just go.
All right, yeah, we're rolling. This is this is beta version here. So
No, this is great.
Beta 2.0.
Thanks for having us on. I think I've probably listened to every episode. I love
That's
it.
awesome. That's awesome. We appreciate that.
Yeah, this one or two.
Yeah, same thing here. Long time listener, first time caller.
No, I think it's great what you guys are doing. Spreading the love on all the projects, and it's just great to learn about all of them. There's a lot of them out there. It's great.
Absolutely, yeah. We felt blessed to be in the position that we kind of put ourselves in, and learning about a lot of different people, learning about a lot of different projects, and they're all really cool. It's been a great experience for us.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Awesome.
So the story I have is that Brian's in town. He lives in Southern California. I'm up here in Northern California, and I've got 3 kids at home, twins that are in high school and 11-year-old. So my house is just chaos. So my mom's out of town. So we went over to my mom's house, and all the doors are locked. So I had to do what I did back in high school, scaled up to the balcony, and snuck in on a window.
Nice.
So now we're here.
Wow. I just had a flashback. I used to live in New York City. And I was living in Astoria at the time, and I had a buddy over, and it was raining, but we just wanted to go out anyway.
Yeah.
Went out, came back. As soon as the door locked behind me, I remembered that I forgot, I left my apartment unlocked, but there's a common door at the bottom that as soon as it shuts, it locks and you can't get back in. And we just walked out, and I let that door lock, and I didn't have my keys, and it was pouring rain, and it was late. So I was like, man, what are we going to do? Dude, I had to climb up the fire. There's the fire stairs. So I jumped up and I was able to grab the ladder and
Nice.
pulled myself up. And thankfully I had a window open a crack. Oh man. Yeah. You just
don't want to do that
flashbacks. No.
Yeah, I
no.
mean, we tried to look up under the doormats. We figured the key would be there, right? That's the spot.
Or if you have
Nothing.
a fake rock or something.
Yeah, I know. What my mom actually locked her house, which was amazing. She's probably left her house unlocked her whole life.
Just figured you guys we're both in town, so it's time to lock it.
Yeah, totally. So this is our quiet spot to take the call.
Very cool.
My house is crazy. Definitely.
So yeah, I mean, before we get into the meat here, I'm hearing that somebody's telling me that Tigons like mayo, and what I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate. I want to hear for sure that that's the case.
Like mayo?
Yeah.
So yeah. I do like mayo. I will. So when I was in high school, I lifeguarded at a club, and I would get go to the snack shack and get burger and fries and a side of mayo and dip it in there for sure. I'm all over that.
All right.
My Tigons all about honey mustard.
Hey, my guy.
Yeah.
Honey mustard, underrated. Agreed.
That Kins honey mustard.
Yeah. The best.
Awesome.
What was the other one you had? You guys did? Was it? It's ketchup, mustard. What was the other one?
Oh, ketchup. Yeah. Ketchup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mustard is Magnum's a big mustard guy.
Hopper, can we quickly just run the gamut then?
Yeah, let's see it. Let's run it back.
What?
We cut out last week. We're gonna have to talk later this week about blue cheese or ranch.
Blue cheese.
I have one for you. What about Kraft American cheese versus cheddar cheese on a hamburger?
Oh, cheddar. Yeah.
So I recently converted to processed cheese on my hamburgers from a friend of mine. It's incredible. It's game changing. And my grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese, I'll give you grilled cheese. I will give you grilled cheese. But
the cheddar makes the grilled cheese a little sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
I like Kraft American on my grilled cheese, but if I'm just like, want a little piece of cheese, like definitely not going to be American.
True.
And then,
Yeah, I'm not gonna take a single down. Give it to me on a-
Oh man, I got a story about that too. Actually, holy moly! My buddy, so one of my buddies I used to live with had a night and came home, and he's looking for something to eat. We had Kraft American singles, like those singles ones that are wrapped up in plastic. Dude, my buddy takes like 2 or 3 of them and stacks them up, and then gets a knife and starts cutting through the plastic, the 3 of them, and then like peeling the little piece of plastic off and eating the little pieces.
Oh my god.
That was last week.
But it doesn't really rot in your fridge.
No, never. It won't go bad.
How do you think I get to see?
It's good to go. So blue cheese and ranch, that's another debate. Wow.
Yeah, we're more team blue cheese, both of us. I don't hate ranch, but Mag seems to just despise it.
I don't need it.
originally, our biggest, I think, take was the coffee debate. Do any of you two recall that? Maybe not.
Remind me again.
Yeah. So basically, I get upset when I order coffee. They say hot or cold, and I said I don't understand the question.
Yeah.
I ordered coffee, and I tell Popper, I say, if I ordered a cold coffee or an iced coffee, I always get my order as I ordered it because I say, hey, I want an iced coffee or cold coffee. Hot should be the default. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I'm a cold coffee guy myself.
Yeah, and I don't hate cold coffee. We'll get the record straight on that. I think it's something else.
But it's always ordered as an iced coffee or a cold
I
coffee.
assume when I order a coffee that they might think it might be cold. I assume that they think I want hot if I just say coffee.
Yeah, you definitely have to say, I drink iced coffee in the morning. That's my jam. So it's iced. You have to identify it.
Right.
But,
okay.
Yeah. Do you say hot? You would say hot coffee, or you would?
No, I would just say coffee.
We just say coffee.
Yeah. If I'm going hot, I would just say coffee.
Next question is like cream or sugar.
Sometimes the next question is, do you want it iced? That's the rub here.
Riddle me that.
Yeah, you order a coffee and then they ask if you want it iced. If I wanted it iced, I would have said iced coffee.
Yeah, there'd be no question about it. You'd know.
We're on the same page.
Hey, man.
Good start.
Case solved.
We just got to make sure all these baristas know that.
I know. Like, we got to get Starbucks listening.
For sure.
Save everyone a couple seconds of time in line every day. I'm a big analytics guy, so, whatever time I can shave off, don't ask me about ice. I'll tell you.
Exactly.
I love how iced coffee is a big thing now. It's great.
It is great.
Yeah,
I do like it, and there's certainly a place for it in my life. But I like my coffee as coffee too.
Yeah. Your coffee
Yeah. And if you got transported to the 1950s and you ask for a coffee, they're going to give you a hot coffee. They're not going to give you a cold coffee.
They're not even going to ask.
Very true.
They're going to punch you if you say ice.
Yeah. They're like, what?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
huh?
So I don't know what changed. Either call it something different or just specify. I think you specify and hot's the default, and I think that should be standard across the board.
They'd be like McFly.
Yeah. Exactly. So guys, we got you on here it's a pretty big week here for Thetadrop projects with the announcement of NFTs starting to be able to come off. We're not fully there yet. My Tigons are still in my wallet. Popper's still in my wallet, but baby steps. Yeah. But I feel like this is a pretty monumental step for you guys after seeing that Medium article that was put out a couple weeks ago about your virtual staking, right?
You're going to have to remind me which one.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't need reminding on that.
No.
Yeah, we're excited about it. Yeah, we kind of have our staking platform built and ready to roll. I don't know how much you guys know about Tigons, but the Kfuel crystal, which is a red crystal, powers Tigons. And so our TNT token is called Kfuel. Yeah, we worked with Fuel Foundry. Props to Slick, who is in use, who are just absolutely amazing.
Awesome guys. Awesome
yeah.
guys.
And you guys probably heard Slick. He's working on ThetaCon stuff with Doctor and the rest of the team. And yeah, so we're sort of ready to do that when they come off. We're still working on some of the tokenomics around that. I actually had a meeting at Theta yesterday with Mitch and Andrea, and Kyle was there, and just kind of talking about that. And so we're still fine tuning that, but we wanted to have the platform at least ready to go so people can, put those Tigons up. Came out with the multipliers, certain attributes will earn you certain different amounts of Kfuel per day, and get people to start earning. And very soon we'll come out with our document on just everything that's involved with it. We're excited about it. Yeah, I mean, Slick just built like a really nice, clean site. The ability to just, if you have multiple Tigons, you can there's a stake all button, so you don't have to go through and stake every one of them, which would take some time. So
for like Swampy and those guys.
Yeah, totally right. Swamp. Yeah. So you could, you can also claim all, right? So you don't have to unstake it to claim. So there's just like a lot of great features to it. We're pumped about it.
Dude, it's awesome. It's so like uncharted territory, so fluid. And it's like, we're just loving it, but we're also like hoping the community's like, bear with us. We're figuring it out together.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've never, well, I can't say that. I guess I have staked. I have one, a Mystic Guru that's kind of staking, but that's different because I got to send it out of my wallet, right? And it's being held by a smart contract.
That's our this.
So you guys are keeping it right in your wallet. I actually was on that site today, and dude, you know what I love about it? Step 2, add Kfuel. All you have to do is click that button, and it just adds it right instantly to your wallet on MetaMask. I'm already Kfuel ready on my MetaMask. So
the cha-ching button.
Is that what it is? I didn't have any noise associated with it, but yeah, it was simple. It brought up my MetaMask. Do you want to add this Kfuel? Yes, I do. Done. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's for sure clean. And I think like you can also go ahead and turn around and sell your Tigon without like unstaking it, right? So it just and Slick would walk you through that more better than I can, but I really like that feature as well. So you can, if you actually have something on the marketplace, not Thetadrop, because it's got to be in your wallet, kind of a MetaMask wallet. You'd be able to have it on the market and earn while if you're looking to potentially sell it. So it's interesting. Yeah, it's really cool what he's put together for us. The community at Theta is just, I mean, it's amazing how everybody kind of helps each other. Like the amount of people we've bumped into through this process. You always have roadblocks with these projects, and that's what's been so fun about it. It's like I feel like we're cruising along. It's like, all right, what's the next thing we need to implement in the Tigons, right? Like when we launched on Thetadrop, it was like, okay, well, how do we put Theta Pass into play here, right? And so there's just so many community members that have reached out to us and helped us along the way. It's pretty cool. I'm super excited to like head down to ThetaCon to see everybody finally in person.
Yeah, meet these people in person, shake some hands, give them some hugs. Like, I mean, the best part about the whole project has been the community and just like the entire Theta community.
Yeah.
We had so many like amazing people that just, I don't even think we thought about this, Matt, at the beginning, like it was going to evolve like this.
Yeah.
One thing we've always felt is like, man, what's ever good for Theta is good for all of us.
Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah. The one thing about the NFT staking and listing it for sale at the same time that I found interesting is like, you have to make sure that you claim your Kfuel, because if it's unclaimed, you're going to be selling an NFT that has Kfuel associated with it, right? That somebody's probably going to make that mistake at some point. It might be me.
I'm not sure. Although, does it work exactly like that, Matt?
I got asked Slick, but I think it potentially it would do that. I would know. I think if you
I don't think you can sell. I don't think you can sell a Tigon that like comes with staked T-Fuel or
It was
K-Fuel.
on your website to make sure you claim it before you sell it.
We're definitely supposed to claim it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean,
but you don't have to. Yeah, you need to claim the T-Fuel before you sell it, but you can have it there. Yeah, but you can have it on the market for sale, which is great.
Right, while
so
it's staking. So if you forget to claim, if you leave it out there for too long,
true.
But yeah, either way. I mean, I've never staked an NFT in this kind of way. I've staked coins, and I get that, but this is like another level to it. So it's pretty neat. I'm looking forward to definitely.
Yeah, and we're gonna have we're gonna have like certain thresholds, right? For as you earn, you qualify for an NFT drop. So whatever you hit a certain threshold, maybe it's 5,000 Kfuel rewards based, exactly. We'll drop NFTs into your account, and then ultimately the Kfuel is going to be able to be used in the sandbox to buy different assets in the sandbox. So we've talked about that extensively, about this bridge that's going to be built to connect the two platforms, which is really exciting. And so, yeah, you'd be able to go into our store. There'll be avatars. There'll be different clothing.
Jorts.
Yeah, there will be jorts. Yes, for sure. There's got to be jorts.
Maybe
totally. And then and then we're also talking about the next steps for Tigons, which is like, I think our overall goal is like to create this into an animated series one day. I know John really wants to do that, and so we've talked with John about sort of that next phase and developing some characters based around that, which is really exciting. So he's starting to draw some new stuff. It's not stuff that's going to go into our NFT set. It's it could be potentially another drop that a little bit like what Psycho potentially did. Rob is fantastic. But maybe looking at doing a drop based around 10 or 12 characters that are part of this pilot or series that will be developed. So it's all exciting. I don't know if you guys ever jumped on any of these Zooms with John and Dan Heater talking about Tigons, but it's pretty funny. This is something that they've been talking about when they were kids, and they just go on these they go all over the place when they start talking about Tigons and like the lore behind Tigons and everything else. And so it's like there's a lot of new hybridized animals that might come into play here. And Tigons shoot around the galaxy looking to hybridize hybridize animals and create new species. And John has a lot of stories. In fact, part of our discussion at one point was like, well, what part of the Tigon series do you want to do a series on? Like the main Tigons or like pre-Tigons? And I kept thinking about like Star Wars. Like he has all this in his head. Like it's almost like Star Wars, where there's like there's like 6 different. There's the beginning, there's the middle, and the end. And we were saying, for this one, I think let's focus it on the main part of the story, which is really based around the Tigons. And so, we're excited to start going on that.
He's not going to start with episode 4 first, is he?
Yeah, exactly. He wanted to start with, like episode, I don't know, like the early version of Tigons, where Tigons weren't necessarily the main character. So anyway, it's fun. It's fun to talk to him about that, and we're trying to capture his vision, right? Like, and we help along the way. I mean, he's new to this whole world. Like a great example is like he had no idea what a generative, NFT was, right? And so we had him. That process was really fun, and along the way, I mean, we talk about roadblocks. Like you bump into all these things. Like John's like drawing in black and white, like on a pencil, and we had to figure out how to put all these pieces and parts together to create these Tigons, right? And so we did have a generative team that helped us, They did a fantastic job, because I think a lot of us, like Brian and I think we love NFTs. Like we have a long history with Theta and other NFTs, and
we're old school.
Yeah, we're old school. And like, I don't like all the art of NFTs. Like if you showed a Bored Ape to me, I'm kind of like, I don't know if that's my style. So the idea with John was just to like, we loved Napoleon Dynamite and the Liger. And if you know that, John drew all that stuff in that movie. And it's like, how do you create something that like literally looks like this 5th grader who had this idea of Tigons? And that's how John describes Tigons, is that you have, when you envision it, think about Sherman sitting in the back of the class, drawing, scribbling away, daydreaming, and drawing these Tigons in this world. And so how do we take all these pieces and parts that John drew and create this like generative with rarity? And we're excited how it all came out, for sure.
He totally got it.
That was a fun process.
He totally got it. Once he got it, he got it.
Yeah, he did. And then he was like hooked. And then he was just like sending us ideas left and right. It was fun.
Yeah.
He certainly has a lot of details and a lot of different attributes and that were used.
He went all in. He went all in. And that was really, really fun. Like just seeing it, like, oh wow, this is clicking. And he's like, check this out. And we're trying to think about how do we make this easier for him? Like, do we have someone help him? He's like, no way, I got it all. And
yeah, so, he was funny. he would like call us and be like, what's a custom? You know, it's like, because we wanted to add some customs to the set.
Yeah.
And we were like, John, you could do anything. You could do a picture of, Julius Erving, or, but it would be awesome to add some customs to the set. And so, and then
he was so good at it.
He was great. Yeah. And then he just kind of delivered on everything, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And he continues to. So we like want to be, we do not want to increase like the number of Tigons to our set. Right. So,
okay.
If you've been in our Discord, we do run a lot of programs, which are super fun. The community
that's all Matt, by the way.
Thank you, Brian. But it's actually I want to come out
community, but
I want to thank
creative.
It's Swampy and Tigon King. I want to thank. They're just amazing. Maybe one day they'll have their own show. No, but they're great. They've just helped us along the way. But we'll do an announcement about maybe potentially a custom Tigon, that we're doing. And it's funny. So I actually will buy a cat box from the set on Thetadrop, and then Theta will drop the custom into that and send out. So we're like very commit. Like we had some community Tigons when we set up the project, like they all do, right? Family friends type. Tigons when it launched. But we quickly ran out of those. And so now it's like $550 for a Tigon, but no, we love the community, and like John's down to, John will check out for like a couple weeks where he's like shooting a movie or something, right? And like it's hard to get a hold of him, but like when he's back at home, it's like he has our attention, and we're talking to him quite often. And so we hope to add a few more customs to the set, and just I think those programs are just so fun. We do a lot of things where post Tigons with different attributes or celebrity Tigons, and props to the community. I could go on and on, talk about.
And we had so many thank yous. Like we have so many amazing people in the community. Like, everyone from like, Tigon King to Baller, Average Joe Crypto to, you name it. Like so many, like that's the best part about it. And Matt, if I could just add on, like we knew when we were starting off to do this project, like, all right, we knew that roadmap and community was going to be huge, like people were going to be like, interested in that. But we had no idea just like how much fun and how cool it was to be building an amazing community.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That's been so fun about it. You can just I can keep dropping names, CAC payments, and everything.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Sushi Cat did a song for us.
Yeah.
Is awesome.
She's amazing.
She really is so cool. And yeah, so that's been fun to like, and you dive so deep into it. Like, I mean, my kids walk around their high school wearing Order of the Tigon sweatshirts. It's pretty funny, right? Like,
Nice.
I still don't really know if they actually know what's going on. Like that I'm a 40-year-old man, like completely obsessed with Tigons. But we're just having a fun time with it. We're got some new swag we're going to bring down to ThetaCon, and
cool.
It's just going to be good to see everybody for sure.
Well, you were talking about Baller, and you were talking about customs, and I saw this week that there was a pretty epic cross-chain WAP that happened with a pineapple. So I can't remember the name. It's Snoop.
Yeah, Snoopagon.
All right, there you go.
That's our Snoop Tigon, and Tigon King owned it. You know, I don't know if you know this, but Tigon King, a lot of times we'll do a wheel at the end of our competitions, right? One of those randomized wheels, and Tigon King came up with the gold Tigon, which I did know that. Yeah, which is considered it's big time. And so he had a couple customs. He had Snoopagon, and he was willing to part with it for, so Baller and him made a little transaction. Good stuff. Yeah, that was an epic trade there, man. That was a sweet Tigon and a really nice pine.
Life changing.
What pine did he get?
Mags.
Yeah, it was
Kfuel hat.
Kfuel hat, Kfuel blindfold, and was there?
Yeah.
Was there a Kfuel staker?
Was it a staker? I can't remember off the top. I remember seeing it and wanting it.
Yeah,
I want both. Really bad.
Right, for sure.
Yeah,
I'd quit my job.
I didn't know that's what that was about. So that's thank you for that information.
So Mags, I'm like you. So I have a bunch of pineapples as well. Like, and this is all going like Tigons was created just before like the pineapple kind of dropped. But Brian and I were so
huge pineapple fans.
We're huge Thetapunks too. So Thetapunks what started us. Where
really?
Brian and I would go to work, and like when I had a little break, I'd be jumping onto like
we're minting
the Thetapunk site and just minting these things. And at the time, it was like 400, 600, and 800 Kfuel, right, Brian?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Oh yeah. I wish I could have that Kfuel back. No.
but like, I mean, that's not
it was
a lot of
Kfuel. Awesome lesson, and it got the wheels turning.
Oh yeah. And I was kind of always obsessed when that CryptoPunks thing went crazy. I was like, oh, we can't go wrong with this. This is like the first decentralized, this is the first NFT drop outside of Thetadrop. Like, this is going to be the Thetapunks. Like, let's go. And I still love them. It's great. And so that's how it all kind of started. And then
got the wheels turning.
I got the wheels turning, and like, for a while we that's when we're like, we really wanted to do a generative NFT drop, and also we can talk about Verified Labs too, but we started sort of pitching ideas to Theta, not generative ideas, but like bringing brands to Theta to and to do drops, and none of that was like really clicking until we timing until we figured out, we got John involved with this whole thing from the Tigons perspective, and that was like the one that we really wanted to put on the platform for sure. The other ones were like like brands that would just like, and like how it is, guys. All right, like there's some of these drops are there's not utility behind them and everything else, and and it was apparent Theta was looking for more something like this for sure. But that's what's got the wheels spinning. We would just go in and mint Thetapunks. It was pretty funny.
Like, what'd you get?
Like, remember that site you had to go on to? The site that we had to go on? Theta Scan, I think. We had to go on there and look to see if it actually hit the wallet.
Yeah.
It was I forget.
Yeah, I never minted those off of the website, but I've heard like horror stories of like, it just seemed like it was sketchy.
I'll trade you 10 of them for like a pineapple.
I've actually since then I've gotten into the Theta Punks.
The new one,
Yeah.
Oh no, not the new one. Before that, so the actual Theta Punks, no, but now that they're on Open Theta.
Yeah, I mean, Doctor's done an amazing job with.
Oh
them.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's awesome, and like there's like 1,000+ owners of Theta
That's
Punks,
what I thought was crazy too. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we were. It was so funny. Brian and I were just going crazy.
Yeah, we were entrenched with our boy Semtex.
Yeah, we did know Semtex a little bit. Actually, Semtex has a little bit of, and I know there was like a rug pull. I mean, we don't know him personally. We just kind of met him through the Theta Punk.
You're like, hey, how do you do this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but for a second, we were having trouble launching something on Thetadrop. I wanted to be so involved with Theta because I have a long history with them. Like I know Mitch, and I didn't want to go anywhere else. But for a while, we started building a smart contract on Solana to potentially launch Tigons, which wasn't really like formed at the time. And that Semtex guy was helping us for a while, and then finally, I just had to come to Jesus. I'm like,
yeah,
we need to get this on Thetadrop. These other platforms are, OpenSea is just this kind of wasteland of, NFTs, and like, so we were so happy that
it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer.
It was a no-brainer because we
came to our senses. We're like, yeah, we have an amazing opportunity with Theta.
Yeah, and Brian and I would always, like, we were early with Theta. Like we would, so in 2017, like everybody, like we would just buy cryptocurrencies, not knowing what they were. Like Wabi and Tron and like whatever these.
Oh
Ripple.
man, yeah.
And we all got
Ripple.
Yeah, they went up Ripple. Yeah,
Ripple's how I started my journey.
Is it? I still got what do they hold 50 on your wallet or something like that? They don't.
20, I think.
20, something like
It's
that.
just like 19.99999. Can't get it off.
It was 2017, and I just happened to be with someone who was kind of like very well versed in what was going on in crypto. And they're like, Bitcoin was at 6,400, 6,500, and Ethereum was at like 300 and something. And I was like, well, if that's gold and that's silver, I was like, well, what's bronze? And they threw out Ripple, and then I was like, Matt, what's going on here at crypto? This is kind of really interesting. And it's like Cardano and then Tron. What else were we liking? Like Stella or whatever it's called, Stellar.
Stellar Lumens.
Yeah. Stellar, yeah.
And it was just like, it was kind of just buying it because you're like, oh, this is what's popular. And then, Matt, you turned me on to Theta.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, here's what's going on with Theta. And I'm not technical at all, but I know how to glance through a white paper. And when I read about their utility, about them being kind of a peer-to-peer decentralized content distribution network, I was like, wow, all right, this is unique. This is like real utility, and that's kind of, I started my career, selling streaming solutions to large enterprises. And the problem was they didn't have the infrastructure to support delivering it. So, fast forward.
Wow.
Yeah. Fast forward.
Right up your alley.
Yeah, and I knew that the problem was going to get more and more complex as it relates to, delivering, video and media and entertainment to the four corners of the globe. And that's where I was like, oh yeah, this makes a lot of sense.
Huh. Yeah, we were. It was funny. I remember like when Kfuel came out, and I knew what was happening with like through Mitch, like what was happening with Sliver TV and Theta TV, and so I would actually, even though I'm not watching people stream like video games on the site, I would have my browser open trying to collect Kfuel, which was, and at the time my internet connection was terrible or whatever. And I think I'd
hamster wheel,
maybe 5 Kfuel a day or whatever it was at the time. So those were the early days for sure. And then, so it was like right around Thetadrop came out. I think my first NFT was that Masood drop. the guy from Aladdin. That was the first one I bought. And more it was about I wanted to see what Theta was doing, and then I do remember the pineapples like marketing coming out, and I was like, "Ooh, this is interesting." Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
So wait, Theta Punks were after the Aladdin.
Theta Punks were they were before
pineapples.
Pineapples.
Oh wow! I didn't realize the timing of those. So that was after Thetadrop started.
I think whatever, like right around that time. I only know this because when I go through my phone, I see the Theta Punks sitting there before I have these secret pineapples. Yeah, but no, I think it was right. It was
like Theta Punks, like kind of wet our whistle. We're like, oh, this is cool. Let's go grab some. And then pineapples was like, oh, this is really cool artwork. This is an awesome project.
So Mags, I sat there and minted away and no customs.
What do they say? Misery loves company or whatever. But I like to hear. I mean, I hope everyone gets everything they want, but sometimes you don't. And it's nice to hear that I'm not the only one. I guess I can't even say that anymore, though, right? So
we're gonna make a song.
My best pineapple, I think, in my opinion, is I got a samurai hat, and at the time I thought it was
solid.
I'm bad at like checking, the rarity, especially when pineapples came out. I didn't really know what was going on, but I was convinced that was a custom. I was convinced. Turns out it's not.
Still something I've never pulled.
But it's a good looking pine.
If you get a Viking hat, it's a custom. Samurai hat, not so much.
Could be.
Got it.
Could be. Doesn't mean it is. Viking hat, definitely.
For sure.
All right, Popper. Thank you for that.
That was a former argument that we had. So,
we're staying in our lane.
Honestly, like the going back to Tigons here, I just got so used to pineapples and being able to look at a pineapple and being like, oh, that one, like this one's rare, this one's not rare. Being able to tell off the top of my head. When the Tigons came out, it took me so long. I was like, man, all right, what can I look for here that's rare? And the body types stuck out, and the backgrounds stuck out. And I actually went for like the alt comet background.
Nice.
Yeah. Just on a whim, because I was like, man, there's not many of these. Let me just grab this one, see what happens. And it turned out to be rare. But yeah, that was the one thing. It was like, there's so many different categories, like friendship bracelet or not, or like, different things where it's like one, either have it or you don't. So it was tough for me to figure out. Like if I just saw a Tigon, I couldn't place it. Same thing with Passaways. I couldn't do it with them either.
Well, and to Popper, they also I had a Tigon. I don't have them anymore. Kind of wish I did, but there's like a million attributes on the one, and he's not ranked like the highest. And then another one has like 4 less attributes, and he's way rare.
Yeah, I thought more attributes would mean rarer too, but it doesn't always. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't write the algorithm.
But yeah, like even for staking, like we were like, well, do you tie this to like their true rank, like on VMAX's site, right? Like on Thetadrop rarity. And I was like, yeah, we could do that, but like we know like some of these are just people love different attributes, like certain attributes over others. Like let's base it on some of these different attributes rather than like the scale. So we threw people off a little bit. I think mostly the Tigons will sort of rank out the same way, but like, for example, Brian, remind me, like what's like a centaur. Centaur is a fairly common body type, but it has, I think, a 2x multiplier. Brian?
We
have to go back and look at the chart, but and so it's kind of fun. I think it just adds people to maybe just like collect a little differently.
I mean, the challenge is going to be pleasing everyone.
Yeah, You can't please everybody.
You know what?
Yeah, forget
we just
that.
have fun with
We're
it.
so grateful for our community. We're so grateful for you guys and just everyone that's participating. But it's just like so hard to make everyone happy. But we are mindful of just doing the best we can.
Well, I didn't see alt comment background on the multiplier list, so
Yeah, that was just
you want to
like
reconsider.
yeah, totally.
We can rewrite the smart contract.
I'm just messing with you. But
But
I have the hyper tongue.
You do?
That's on there. Yeah.
Hypertongue's good.
Yeah,
Average Joe Crypto has all the eye patches basically for the most part, doesn't he?
Oh, that's the one-eyed Willie. Is that what that is?
Well, yeah, he's got a lot of the one-eyed Willies for sure.
Yeah. There's some people that corner the market.
Yeah, exactly. Hard to get for sure. But we're so happy, John. That was one thing, is the backgrounds, like when you're going through this process and like there's plain backgrounds, and that's when John was like delivered. If you remember that, Brian, like where he just sent all these awesome backgrounds.
We're just getting a flood of them. We're like, oh my god, that's what your mind's been doing.
Yeah, like I'm a huge fan of the school paper, with the doodles behind it.
Like
I just think that's
poking
classic.
up behind the paper. Yeah. And by the way, John, like he's so creative, and he's by the way, he's like the funniest like G-rated person ever.
Yeah, he is.
And just the way his mind works is awesome.
Is he going to be at ThetaCon?
So it's a possibility that he might be there.
I heard that he was, but
either him or Carmen Electra. We can't decide.
Let's just say there's a high likelihood that he's probably going to be at ThetaCon. So,
Karma is busy that
I
week.
wasn't. Yeah, no, he's great, right? Like he's so supportive. He's done, a bunch of streams and Zoom calls with collectors and things like that. And he's excited to like keep pushing the project. You probably saw our crest. So Tigonia, Forever for Infinity is basically kind of our next step with the project as far as it relates to like.
It's not a butthole.
It's not a butthole. Totally. Yeah, and so Tigonia is the world we're building in the sandbox, which we're having a lot of fun with, which we're getting close to, and then but we probably can't launch for another few months. We're working through the channels of the sandbox to get it published, and then at that point, people can go and experience, ride space yaks, go into a very massive space yak where Tigons live, and there's just a lot of fun stuff going on in there. So we're pumped about that. Excited to like take the next steps there. Also, if you own a Tigon NFT, we're going to be doing a generative NFT drop avatar, and so it'll be a generative and it'll have rarity to it, and so we're working on how we're going to do it. But if you actually own a Tigon NFT by a certain date, you will be dropped that avatar that could be used in our experience, which is fun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask you about that. So you own the NFT, you own the Thetadrop NFT, and at some point you get dropped the avatar. But it sounds like the value of the NFT remains because you can still stake that NFT to earn the Kfuel.
Correct. Yeah, for sure. The avatar generative, it won't match your Tigon. Like perfect world, I would be like, wow, if we could, make these avatar NFTs.
That sounds like a lot of work.
That's where it just gets. We talked about it. Trust me, we'd like to make it happen, and then like we'll still go through with it. We haven't started that avatar generative yet, but we're not worried about it. Like, but matching it is from the conversations we had. It gets a little tricky. But
I would think so.
So if you own 3 Tigons, we'll drop 3 avatars like in a package for you where, hey, you could open one that could be a very rare avatar in the collection, which is, and you have the ability to potentially just go ahead and turn around, and if you wanted to sell it on OpenSea, then you could do that.
So those will be on Ethereum.
It'll be playable in the sandbox, so it'll be Polygon potentially.
Oh,
We're figuring it out. We're getting the algorithm right too.
Yeah, we're working on this Tigonia bridge, which is just bridging, Kfuel to Polygon. That's what we're working on.
okay, cool. It's funny because I brought up the Snoopagon, and I meant to follow that up with the most recent drop that you had, but conversation just going every which way, which is great. But I saw this week Space Brood received Tugon.
Yeah, that was
right?
crazy. Like Space Brood, I think, had one slot on the wheel, and at the time, he provided vocals to Sushi Cat for the song.
Yes,
and I could not believe it. So basically, I filmed myself, spinning this wheel, right? And typically, so we have a validator. You guys know that, right? So the validator the validator is fantastic. It creates it earns Tfuel and Thetadrop for a community. So our programs are great. We have the ability to throw in Tfuel and Tdrop rewards. And so we had two competitions that week, and I don't know, he maybe missed one, but he only had one slot on the wheel. I think Swamp may have had 15 or 20, a bunch of other guys as well, and his name came up for Tugon, and it was crazy. And then Bankster, who's also had a slot on the wheel, just won, ended up winning the Tfuel. So it was pretty cool. Very cool. And Tugon is related to this whole thing that we're doing in the sandbox. So we are within Verified Labs. We're working on this, having this concert where we've been working with the Tupac Estate on potentially.
Wow.
Yeah, it's exciting. So we had a meeting with the sandbox earlier this week, which was great. And they, the hiccup of kind of a concert in that metaverse is the streaming technology, and they're basically going to be releasing that in their next version of the game maker, which is super exciting. And their plan is to have a concert first with Snoop Dogg, who was one of their first artists that they brought on. But after that, we are slated to go. So we're sort of working on that, and we're excited about it. So
wow,
Tugon was our ode to Tupac in this situation.
Gotcha. I'm assuming that Swampy's going to be going after him pretty hard. I know he's got the Tupac Pine, right, Mags? And,
that's right. Confirmed.
He does. Yeah.
And I think he's got a Tupac Psycho Heads too now.
Hey.
Yep.
Who doesn't love Swampy?
Yeah, no, Swampy, friend of the Pinecast.
Love that guy.
Matt, so Mac, can I ask you about this? I since we're on the subject of Swampy, and I don't know if I confused you at all with that message. I don't know when it was, but so in Popper, you can chime in too. When Swampy was on, which was awesome, we had a blast. That was one of our earlier episodes, and I cut out of the podcast. He wanted to be a Tigon on the scene reporter and give us like a heads up of what's going on with the Tigons, and we're like, yes, like absolutely. But I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna cut this out, because if he doesn't come through, then it's gonna be like, hey, I thought you guys said we're gonna get some like Tigon news and clips and stuff like that. So I was wondering about that, and I've never heard a single thing about it again. Don't know.
He wasn't under NDA.
Totally. It's so funny. He's the best. I'm on a Discord chat called Tigon Think Tank with Tigon King and Swamp daily. They're the best. And I think Swamp actually is on vacation. He's taking a vacation with his family. He told me he might be even offline for like 4 straight days. I'm like, wow, good for you. That sounds amazing.
The whole data community would just take a break.
He reached
like,
out to me today. Yeah. Hey, he's going on a cruise. He's leaving from Houston, going on a cruise in Mexico, he said.
He told me you should run a competition called Swamps Out of Town. Right? Like he's hilarious.
He is a good guy. And he when he reached out, he's like, "You there, Popper?" I was like, "I'm right here." He's like, "Where you been?" It's like, "I don't know, man. I've been right here." And then I told him that you guys were coming on. And he's like, "It's about time."
Yeah.
So he'll be looking forward to this one, I'm sure.
And we'll try to get John on at some point. You know, this one just happened quick, so
that would be awesome.
I think he's down to do that stuff for sure. I think Justin and him are. Is that this weekend, Brian, where they're doing
Infinity Film Festival.
Infinity Film Festival. Justin's going to be on stage, and then John's going to zoom in to sort of talk about everything.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I saw you guys were listed in Forbes for this.
Yeah, no, that was cool. Yeah. Justin's been great where he's, kind of making the rounds with a lot of these different programs that are out there, podcasts and festivals and everything like that. So just, the last one he did was about Film 3. And, some of this started when we actually shot a movie called American Stream, which is about a Twitch star that does everything he can to be successful. And that's when Justin and I were actually on a family reunion in Mexico. And I was talking about, Sliver TV, Theta TV, and about streaming. And he was talking about this screenplay that was written. And for a while, we actually had a meeting with some of the Theta team about going and investing together to create this film, which didn't happen, but they were interested. But then that's right around when Thetadrop kind of launched, and then from there, that sort of morphed into us thinking about doing a drop and getting Verified Labs off the ground, our production company. Yeah. So did I answer the question, Brian?
Yeah, I mean that's really kind of what sparked everything.
Yeah,
that family reunion and Justin having this terrific idea about this film project, and then it kind of was like, well, what's the NFT play? And then that just kind of evolved into,
Yeah, and the film's interesting too, right? So it's a micro budget film. I mean, this isn't like a massive movie. You can shoot things on an iPhone, but it was a team of students from Justin teaches screenplay writing at Loyola Marymount, and so that group shot it, cut it, and so now like we're really interested in like how do we release this film around Web3, right? Like there's so many cool things you could do. I mean, it could be on Thetadrop, right, where we use the DRM technology where
right.
You buy the NFT and that you're going to have access to it, to watch it, to own it. Maybe it's on Rewarded TV. So that's we're excited. It's cut. They actually sent us a trailer recently. And so we're going to do something fun with that and different, right? And I think that's what a lot of people at Theta are trying to do. They're trying to.
I mean, Theta is all about enabling the content creator, and it's just like another example of like leveraging the full utility and the full Theta ecosystem, exactly. To enable these content creators and hopefully create something that's, legendary.
So was that the beginning of Verified Labs?
Yeah, it was. I was sitting at we had a family reunion in Sayulita, Mexico. By the way, Sayulita got kind of wiped out on that recent hurricane, which is sad. It's a little surf town outside of Puerto Vallarta. So we had this family reunion, and I was sitting at an outside bar with Justin, and I had kept my interest in Theta basically between Brian and I. We just had gotten into it, and then he talked about this movie about the streamer, and I said, that's interesting. I'm really interested in this company that does this streaming platform, and they're now have launched this cryptocurrency. And it was like, and then from there, that's kind of how it all started. So yeah, it was and now we're here, doing amazing podcast. But we're excited with so much. There's a lot ahead for Verified Labs. We're super excited. We might do some. We do have a couple projects for Thetadrop that we're excited about. We can't talk a lot about them, but one I'm really excited about because I think it's going to bring some more like sports fans to potentially to the platform, and I think a lot of us are sports fans is on top of it all. And so we'll see where that goes. It's kind of early, but yeah, Brian, there's some other things as well. So
yeah,
having fun with it. But Tigons is our baby. This is like, what started it all for us, and we're just having fun with it.
Yeah, and love what you guys are doing. So
we appreciate that.
Give us a reason to come back.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, you guys are great, man. Whatever is good for Theta is good for all of us.
And I completely agree. It's Theta. The community is very different from Ethereum, right? Because it's like the investors that are in Pineapples are in Tigons, are in Passaways, are in Symbiote. So it's like, everything is. It's like one just giant community for the most part. There is always a few that are just like, it's this only, everything else stinks. And it's like, relax, guys. Like if something does good on the site, it's good for everybody. It brings eyes, brings attention. So, totally. I'm definitely all for every single project. I mean, obviously if there's a bad actor, that's a different story.
You like Bitboy Popper.
Yeah. Stop.
I mean, listen, these project leaders, like they're amazing. And I know you talk about, symbiotes a lot, and, that guy's like just crushing it. And, and everybody, I think everyone is just all for making their projects work and adding utility to it. Yeah. So like Ivory, for example, like we haven't met, but like, I mean, you got to be stoked. I don't know if you know Unreal Engines, but he's building that on Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine it's incredible. Brian and I, we just like watched like this demonstration on it, and it's really cool. It's really cool. And so, I mean, how cool is like, you have somebody that's totally invested in a project. And I think a lot of these creators are that, and so.
Hey, Matt, let's talk about Rob a little bit and Nico, and just like,
he's awesome.
Introducing him to John and getting the whole like Napoleon cast.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like, I mean, awesome. Rob just kind of, he just I think he sent me something on Twitter, and then we connected on Discord, and then he asked about that, and we threw it over to John, and John just made it happen. I mean,
he's like, hell yeah, I love what they're doing.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll get the cast.
I think he totally liked the Hanna-Barbera style, and like, totally connected with Rob. And I mean, how cool is that?
So did Mags.
Like,
of course. Did someone just bring up Uncle Rico?
I think Uncle Rico is in it, right?
He is.
Yep.
He is. And just a complete side note, I was watching, I don't know if you ever heard of this House of the Dragon, this Game of Thrones show. Pretty good. But I was watching it with my brother, and I was talking about that project, and he said Uncle Rico was in Real Genius, and I said, what? I don't know if you two remember Real Genius. He was Laszlo in Real Genius, and I was like, no, that can't be. And it was freaking Laszlo. Unbelievable.
Is he like the guy that was like
that lives in the closet?
Oh, that was him.
Genius. That was him.
Really?
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
You check it out. I had no idea, and that was in the 80s. That movie came out.
Oh, I love that movie. Val Kilmer.
It's a classic.
Yeah, Val Kilmer. Hey, by the way, when we sign off here, can you guys play Everybody Wants to Rule the World?
Tears for Fears.
You know it, baby.
I'll get some popcorn. We'll blow up the house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
can we get this on Rewarded TV? Real Genius.
Oh, please! I'll stream that all day.
Yeah, it could be in it.
It'll be cha-ching, cha-ching.
Oh, Well, and just even more of a side note, I was in I was in the Middle East for a bit a couple years ago, and in this area they had Groundhog's Day on loop, so it just would have been nice to get some rewards out of it, but yeah,
Talk about
Groundhog's Day on
irony.
loop. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You're like, I'm having deja vu.
Deja vu.
Didn't you just say that?
Oh my god! Swamp tried to have a watch party on Rewarded TV. It didn't work that well. But I was ready to roll. I was like, I kept sending the images of that crazy cat. Like, there's some movie on there. It's just so classic. Some killer cat, and like, I'm like, we gotta get a watch party going on this.
The uninvited guest or something like that.
Yeah, the uninvited.
Yeah.
I was ready for that one. I was ready. But I think Rewarded will work out the kinks on that. I like the watch party idea. I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I haven't set up the earn-in yet, but I gotta do that.
What?
Well, I shouldn't say that. It's set up, ready to roll. I just gotta like watch movies on there. You know.
There you go.
Well, I don't have a TV that can like sort of. I can't broadcast to the TV, so I've got to watch it on my laptop.
He still has a tube screen.
Exactly.
He like slaps the side to get the static out.
Black and white dials.
Channel 2, 4, 5, 7, 36.
Hey, one of you kids climb up on the roof and move the antenna.
Oh my god!
All right, just hold it right there.
Yeah.
You got that.
To the left. 9 o'clock.
Oh my god!
That's amazing.
So you guys are going to ThetaCon? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we
are you
are.
guys going to be interviewing people down there, or what are you guys going to be doing?
We actually are going to be. Honestly, I don't know what we're going to be doing, but they reached out to us, the team over there, and they asked us to kind of be a part of it. So we humbly agreed to be a part of it, and we'll see what they got lined up. I was actually watching Rob's stream today, and I found out that we're going to be interviewing Ivory, I think at 2:30 to 3 o'clock Saturday. Didn't realize that was like on our agenda, but that's fine. And then you can always make time for that. Oh, sure. And by the way, did you guys realize that Slick is now working with Ivory on that project? Nice.
Is he cheating on us?
What's that?
Is he cheating on us?
I thought it sounded like he finished the deal for you guys. I think you guys are just waiting on Thetadrop now.
No, we love Slick.
Yeah, he's great. I mean,
it'd be nice to meet him too.
Yeah, and let me know if you guys need ideas in Fort Lauderdale. That's my hometown.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, Fort Lickerdale. Me and Dr. Theta, we went to rival high schools.
Oh wow!
No way.
We didn't know each other. But yeah, we figured that out when he was helped me out with some staking.
Very cool.
Yeah, we might do a little happy hour at a brewery there with Doctor, like Theta Punks Tigons on Friday night. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, but
it's going to be over so fast.
Yeah, I know. We'll move quick. But yeah, it's going to be great to see everybody. Excited about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we'll be there. We'll be doing something. We're not quite sure, but we'll be there. We'll be ready. Might have some stickers for people. You know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we just worked up some swag.
Nice. Nice.
For sure. Definitely. Good stuff, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you guys wanted to hit?
Brian, anything else? What do you think?
I think this has been great. It's been like I said, long-time listener.
Awesome.
And, yeah, love what you guys are doing. And it's been great chatting it up with you guys. And
you want to buy my Noah Thompson winner NFT? Well, I'll get you that.
That's actually the only American Idol I have.
I know. I held on to my regular Noah Thompson and my winner card.
Oh wait, no, I don't have the winner. I just have the regular one because there was a T-drop challenge and you needed one. So I was like, if I'm going to buy one, I'm just going to buy the winners because it wasn't that much more expensive than the losers. All right, fellas.
Yeah.
I'm about done for the day here, but it's been super awesome. You guys are real cool. We're definitely interested in where you guys are going with this, and certainly want to have you guys back on sometime.
Absolutely.
We loved him. Yeah. This has been fun, you guys. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Nice.
Big fans.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here.
Let's put let's shake hands and do it all in person in
South Florida. See you in just over a month.
Yep.
Very
South
cool.
Florida, here we come. Cool. All right, guys.
All right, fellas. Take care.
Take care,
Thanks
guys.
again.
Have a great night.
Yeah. Have a wonderful night. Talk soon.
All right. Yep. Bye.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a treat at feedthecat.theta. Pops and Mags is a scumbag hat production in association with Kyle's Hot Tub.